Hey guys, what is up? It's me, J.M.A. Grenier, debut author of sci-fi mystery teen drama that should be released this coming September. My channel is all about how to write, dialogue, edit tips, writing tips, and even monthly book reviews and reading excerpts and short stories. So, do you guys like that kind of content? If so, click the like and subscribe button and ring the little bell to get notice of when I upload a video. I upload videos every single Tuesday, and any extra bonus content will be uploaded on every other Thursday. Today I wanted to talk about a certain mystery book that I fell in love with as soon as I first saw it. When I first saw the title, when I first saw the book cover, I couldn't get it out of my head. Me and my best friend, we were book shopping at Indigo, hashtag not sponsored, and I was getting some books to at least get some research done, but I already had 2 books in my hand, so I had to leave it behind. I couldn't get it out of my head. It was 2 months straight and I couldn't get it out of my head. So I figured, you know what, finally I just went and got it, and the book is called Lazarus by Lars Kepler. This book, it's a page turner. I couldn't put it down. It's one of the best mystery novels that I've ever read. Good gosh golly darn. To me, this book is in a way about rising from the dead. There was a serial killer they thought was dead, and it turns out, yeah. So I do have some notes on my phone here, so I'll read off that and everything. I'm gonna go by that because I was actually smart this time and I thought it way ahead of time. The story is about a Finnish detective named Joona Linna, who he becomes a suspect because 2 victims actually have a connection to him. But that's not the case. Joona has never heard of either of these men before. He doesn't even know who the frig they are. And after looking into the victim's background, turns out they find out that the victims were actually serial killers. It already took a dark turn. He teams up with Saga and Nils, Saga being his female partner and Nils being one of the ones that actually does all the deep dives and everything like that. After digging further into them, Joona finds a serial killer who is supposed to be dead is back to finish tearing his life apart essentially. Joona goes on the run, leaving paperwork and other key essentials and hints and tricks and stuff like that for Nils and Saga. Saga digs deeper and just outright refuses to heed Joona's warnings about this serial killer who was supposed to be dead. It just goes into this all-out mess for this man named Judith Walter. Now the same man Saga shot in the chest 3 times. She watched him fall into the river. She full on thought that this guy had died. I wanted to believe the guy was dead as well. This story is disturbing and scary, and I was on my toes as I read it. I've always had a certain weakness for mystery novels. I've also had a weakness for sci-fi novels, as you guys can see here. But this is mystery thriller. It's practically a psychological thriller, because you want to hate the villains. It's one of those books where you want to hate the villains. You want to hate them, but you can't. Yeah, as I read through this, I became a huge fan of Judith Walter, but at the same time, he was tearing these lives apart. I couldn't get enough of it. I couldn't do it. I couldn't get enough of it. So alas, I got another book by the same guy. It's the book before Lazarus, so I guess I'm reading it out of order, but it's pretty episodic, so it don't really matter. This book is full of blood, gore, mind games, and it made me question everything I basically knew about the mystery crime genre, and it's just a ride of emotions and false hope. I was really hoping Judith Walter would tear all their lives apart, but at the same time, I felt so bad for the main protagonist and his friends, and I couldn't help myself. at the same time too, like, the antagonist is shocking yet foreshadowing in a way. But I will admit that the protagonist isn't who I thought it would have been, but I still connected with the character Saga. She was just like this person whom I've never heard of before with these guys here, which is why I needed another dosage of her in here as well. Became a huge fan of her in a hurry. She's apparently this book's version of Elsa, hashtag not sponsored. Elsa being from the movie Frozen. In fact, Saga's little sister actually references Elsa in the book as well, which I thought was so cute. Oh. Saga's basically Joona's partner and very best friend. Her determined to protect her little sister who has Down syndrome. Side note, she has Down syndrome. Inspiring and heartbreaking to read. And like the levels she went to find and protect her little sister, I could just relate to that. Because I'm a big sister myself. No book is completely perfect. I was pretty disappointed that I couldn't get to know the detective himself. So apparently there was a time skip these two books, pretty sure. Like the detective himself being Joona Linna. But thanks to some flashback lines, I did manage to catch up and everything and figure out what happened in past books and such. Because they're supposed to be episodic, right? Like the mystery series novels and stuff like that, they're supposed to be episodic. But the man's fear was very real at the same time though. And like I understand why, because like Derek Walter, he's pretty much, this book series is the angel of death. And not in the way you think. He's not the serial killer everyone thinks he is. I mean, he is, but he does it in another way. He will not only tear Joona's family apart, but he actually killed a past spouse of Joona's, and he hurt his current spouse. If that's not petty, I don't know what is. Because Derek Walter just did it just to spite Joona. Luma, Joona's daughter, attended university under a guise in a whole other country just to be safe. Joona knows Saga. Derek Walter targeted her already bent family. It was just like a roller coaster of emotions. Like, I was angry, I was sad, I was heartbroken, I was hopeful at times, and then I just like threw it out of the rug, and all I wanted to do was throw my book in the garbage, and yet I couldn't stop reading. I had to know what happened next. Like, this book is the definition of a page turner. Lars Kepler, the team behind this book, they knew what they were doing. There's been a number of times though when I did end up having to put my book down though, just because of being emotionally distraught at the characters, setting, at the serial killer himself, and it's just like, it was astounding. Not a lot of books made me do that, and yet they made me feel the feels, and I hate it for it. I don't like feeling feelings. Even though it makes us human, I don't like it. The plot overall itself, it was really good. I loved the premise of it. I love this series. I had to get the Rabbit Hunter. These guys also released a book a little earlier this year, probably a couple months ago, I believe, called The Mirror Man. And I'm really curious about that one too. I can't wait to read that one. If anyone does need a good read, if they are prepared to cry into the pages, a river, waterfall, or anything like that, this is worth the read overall. My overall rating for this book is 4 out of 5 serial killers. And I can't get enough of it. I'll probably end up gonna like reread it again at some point, because like the prologue was like so vague, yet it's just like I had to read it like quite a few times, and it's just like, ugh. I highly recommend this book for those who are, one, learning how to write a good book, write a good page turner, and two, for those who just need a good, compelling book to read. So yeah, that's all I got for you guys today. If you like this kind of content, give this video a thumbs up. Like this video if you guys like this content. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. Don't forget to ring the little bell. And I'll see you guys next time. And you guys stay awesome, and don't forget to water that cactus. I'm pretty sure you guys forgot to do it all month because I didn't remind you last time. Water your cactus.